Hello guys, today I would like to talk about RetopoFlow. It's a Blender add-on that allows you to retopologize your 3D models. We'll see how to install it and how to use it. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is to install it. So if you go to Google and type RetopoFlow, you will find two links. The first one is from Blender Market. Here you can buy the add-on. The add-on is developed by Orange Turbine, or also you could go to GitHub, the second link, and here you can download it for free. So if you want to test it, here you can download it, clicking here and downloading the zip file. Or also, if you like the add-on and you want to support Orange Turbine, you can purchase here in the Blender Market website. This is the website of Orange Turbine. Once you downloaded the add-on, go to Blender. Here I have been testing the add-on. Go to Blender and go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, and here you can install from disk. Look for the zip file, click install from disk, and you will see the add-on right here. If you type RetopoFlow, here it is, and you can enable clicking this checkbox. Once you install the add-on, I will delete everything so you can see everything from scratch. So here we have our high poly model. We need to retopologize this 3D asset. So select the asset, go to RetopoFlow and click Active. You will see that it's loading some things. You can close this window and it will enable a new viewport or a new interface with all the different buttons and features of the software. Let's see how it works. For instance, contours. Contours allows you to do like cuts. You can make like cylindrical cuts. It's very useful when you need to retopologize legs or arms or fingers. This is really incredible. Just press Control, click and drag, and you can create a new edge loop. This is really fast. It's incredible. So I'm going to undo all this and tell you how you can change a couple of things. For instance, if you press Ctrl, click and drag, you can press plus or minus to increase or decrease the number of edges that you want for that edge loop. Also, you can go to this option and select the number of cut count in this section. Once you decided that you want, for instance, 16 edges, you can press Ctrl click and automatically will connect the different edge loops together. Also, you can deselect if you don't want to create contours in this section, and you can create a new contour and keep going like so. So this is incredible, really fast. It's really impressive. So I'm going to create another one here. Sorry, if you don't want to get that result, deselect with A, select this edge loop with double click, and then Control, click and drag, and that will create a new edge loop as you can see. The next feature is Polystrips. Polystrips, I think it's really useful for For instance, if you want to create the basic polystrips or edge loops, like in the face, with Control and click and drag, you can create something like this, and you can control with these handles like the curvature or whatever. So I think it's a good idea, maybe in this situation or around the mouth. Also remember, as always, Control, click and drag. Everything works with Control and click and drag. There you go. Also, if you want to have symmetry, I'm going to press undo, and you can go to symmetry, activate the symmetry with this option X. Usually you're going to use the X axis symmetry. You can press Control, click and drag, and you can create a new edge loop or polystrip. For instance, you can use it here, or also you could use it here. You can press, as I said, plus or minus to increase or decrease the number of edges. Or you can use it, for instance, here in the belt. And you can continue the same polystrip. If you click here, you can keep working with the same polystrip. I think that's also really useful. I'm going to create another one here. I'm going to unselect everything, Control, click and drag, Control, click and drag, and here we have like the belt ready to go. Also, we can reduce the edges or increase it. I think they are like a lot. We're gonna use also the polystrips here with the head. Maybe you can make something like this for the entire face. There you go. Or maybe you can make another one here. With F you can create bigger faces, or with if you decrease with F the size of this circle, you can create smaller faces, as you can see. I'm going to create another polystrip around the eyes, something like this. I would tweak this with the tweak button. Here you can move the vertices really easy with this option. There you go. I'm doing everything like really fast just to show you how it works. We are not working with the final retopo, but I just want to show you. Okay, once you have this, you can use the same polystrip feature to connect these things together. So unselect everything with A, you can select everything, and if you press A again, you can unselect everything. Control, click and drag, and it will create like a connection between these polystrips, and this I think is really useful to make things faster. So I wanted to show you this option. Also here you could make something like this, or you could make something like this. Here I had the hair, but it's just an example. So it's really useful and really fast to create the different polystrips and connecting everything together. Probably you would need to calculate how many loops each polystrip has, so you can connect everything easier, but you know what I mean. Okay, so those are the polystrips. Now we're gonna use strokes. Strokes are something similar. You can, for instance, I'm gonna delete this one with X vertices, and also this one X vertices, and I'm going to show you here the strokes. In order to use the strokes, press Ctrl, click and drag. It will create an edge loop where you can press plus or minus to increase or decrease the number of edges, and then with the second stroke it will connect everything. So here we have 6 edges from this side and 6 edges from the other side, and RetopoFlow made like a bridge between those two edge loops and added some loops in the middle. The amount of loops in the middle, you can control it here with the spans. If you have 3 spans, it will create 3 faces. If you reduce the spans, I will show you how it looks. For instance, deselect everything, press Ctrl, click and drag, Ctrl, click and drag, and now he created only one edge loop in the middle. I'm gonna make the same here. Here we have 1 and 2. If you reduce this to 1, there's no loop in the middle. If you press 2, we have 2 faces. If you choose 3, you're gonna have 3 faces, and so on. Also, you can do it with minus and plus, minus and plus. So for instance, maybe we will want only 1 loop in the middle, and you can continue. If you want to continue, you can select these edge loops and press Ctrl, click and drag, and it will create the different bridges between. If you want to continue from this edge loop to the bottom, you can select these edge loops, and then you can press Ctrl, click and drag, and it will continue making the bridge and the edge loops. So here it could be a good idea, maybe you can select a couple of edge loops, and maybe you can go something like this. So you can follow the surface. Maybe you want to go from here to the bicep. Then we can tweak this so everything is like connected, but you can see the area. Then we can use another feature or option, that is the relax. Here you can just click and drag, and it will smooth out the vertices. So if you need the vertices like more even distributed, it's really a really good option. It's really amazing how it works. Great. So what else? We also have the polypen feature. The polypen feature is like the more traditional. You can select one edge, then press Ctrl, and you can create one one face at the time. Control, and it will try to create a new face, snapping with the closest vertices available. Also, you can tweak a bit if you click and drag, click it, and then click and drag. You can also move the vertices, so you don't have to go to the tweak feature, and you can do it right away with Polypen. Select the edge, control, and then try to keep this thing together. If it doesn't fit, just select it again and click and drag, and you're ready to go. So this is Polypen feature. As you can see, you can select the edge and then control, or you can select only one vertex and you can press control, and then you can create the face. So it's like the old-fashioned way to retopologize, but it's really useful because you have full control. It's really, really useful. All right, loops. With loops, you can add new loops to the mesh, and the surface will automatically adapt to the high poly model. So really, really useful. And then you can relax everything together again, so you can have a really good, even distributed faces. Also, you can press F if you want to increase the size of the brush. And I really like this feature. Alright, so suppose you wanna bridge these edge loops together. One way is the same way we did before, but also we have the patches function. So here you can select a set of edges from one side and another set of edges from the other, and it will create like a bridge. So if you have like a similar amount of edge loops, you could make this patch really, really fast. In this case, I don't have the same amount of edges from this loop to the other. So a thing we could do is just select a couple of these edges and dissolve them. For instance, something like this. Press X and select loops, so we can remove these loops. And then we can go back to patches, select a couple of edges this way and a couple of edges from the other side, like this. Press enter and it will create the patch. The same for the rest. And I think it's really, really a very useful tool to keep in mind. Then you can relax everything again, so you can have a clean topology. Thank you, RetopoFlow, for this. It's really, really incredible. Really, really, really an amazing tool. Okay, so also we have the knife. The knife, it's just a knife, but you can cut the mesh wherever you want. You can make something like this, or maybe you can do something like this. There you go. So that's the knife. Almost the same as the regular knife from Blender. So I think we saw everything. I hope this video could be useful for you. Please let me know what you think. A lot of you guys left a comment talking about RetopoFlow. So now we have a video tutorial about RetopoFlow. So I hope it could be useful, and see you next time. How you can exit the RetopoFlow mode. Click exit so you can get back to the user interface of Blender. And if you want to keep editing the Retopo with the RetopoFlow selected, you can go to RetopoFlow and start RetopoFlow. Then you will be back to the RetopoFlow interface, and you can keep working with the same mesh.